Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I am Ramon, a Christmas design expert and seasonal decorator here to help you feel more comfortable about your designs. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 of the hottest decorating trends for 2024 and 5 fabulous Christmas DIY decorations ideas. You guys, a few weeks ago, I shared with you the decorating trends for 2024. If you have not seen that video, I'm going to link it down here and down below because it is time to start getting inspiration. So I decided that in this video, share with you 5 of my favorite decorating trends for 2024, along with 5 DIYs. So if you are looking for inspiration for your Christmas decorations ideas, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp because that is free and it really helps this channel. Now, if you are already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss what's coming up next for 2024. You guys, I cannot even talk, I'm so excited. We're gonna get started with the Christmas decorating trend number 1. I really think you're gonna love it. Let's take a look. It is the hottest trend ever, and that is a traditional color scheme, you guys. This beautiful tree was done with the traditional colors with a fresh touch. We added the lime green to it, and as you can see, there's some large packages, there's some beautiful leaves. I'm gonna take one out so you guys can see these beautiful holly leaves that we actually used last year on the whimsical trend with the little characters. It was just absolutely perfect. One of my favorite parts about Christmas is coming up with the Christmas trends that you guys get to see and get inspired by every year. I love the ribbon, it's got all the glitter. I love all the little characters they put right here, like this Santa taking note of who was naughty and who was nice. This particular Christmas trend, it lets itself for you to upgrade it or to do it as traditional as you want, but by switching some of the colors, as you can see, like the lime green and the more candy red, it really makes it look a little bit more updated and up to now. And this was a big Christmas trend, that market that you guys have to follow because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, the big packages do make a statement. I really recommend to put some extra large items to really catch your eye and direct your eye towards them when you are decorating for Christmas. Okay, so I just want to give you a close-up of this look right here. As you guys can see, as I mentioned to you, those packages really do make a statement when it comes down to catching your eye on the tree. I'll give you a little close-up. There's one right here. And then also the holly leaves are oversized. This is such an updated version of the traditional colors. And as I mentioned to you before, the inspiration was this ribbon right here. It is so perfect for this theme. And you guys, look at this Santa right here. Isn't he just adorable? Traditional yet updated. And I really do hope that you like this Christmas trend, which is a traditional updated Christmas. So I'm gonna share with you how to create the most fun candlestick arrangement that you will ever see in your life, and it's going to be so simple to make. I know you're going to love it. So let's get started. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little towel right here so I don't bang my mercury glass candlestick onto the marble and it breaks. And then also excuse the background, but like I said, I was already prepping for the next video, about to go shopping for materials, and then I decided to just go ahead and share with you this beautiful DIY for a candlestick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my clear tape, and you guys can find this clear tape at Hobby Lobby. It is a florist supply, so you can find it on the florist area. Well, you know where they find all the foam and stuff like that? You can find it right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around it twice, and then I'm going to fold this back so I know that I don't have to be scratching for it. Isn't that like the most annoying thing? So now that I have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my candle in, and I'm going to put it right here. I do want to work with the candle in so that way I know where I need to put my greenery. And I want some longer pieces because I want it to be a little more dramatic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this and let it just hang down. Then I'm going to go like this. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and we spin it around and we repeat one more time. But now this time I'm gonna kind of go up on this side, and I'm gonna grab another one on this side, and I'm going to go up. So it's gonna be about this tall, about this wide. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some little ones. So what I need to do is cut them shorter. So I'm gonna cut all of this shorter and just start adding into my greenery foam. So that way I can start covering it like this, and just be sure to add, remember this is going to give us the height, this right here is gonna give us the width, and the rest of it we just need to basically cover the mechanics, which is like our foam. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert all of this like that. Don't be afraid to be generous, because you want to make sure that you cover all of this right here. And so I'm going to go like this and like this. And you know, I just shared with you how to create that reindeer, and remember we took this piece out. Well, guess what, I'm gonna pull all this stuff out, and then I'm gonna put it on here, so that way we are not wasting any of our materials on our projects. If you guys are enjoying this season, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. I know I tell you that all the time, but I really appreciate you guys helping me share these videos with your friends, with your co-workers, with the nail tech. Just tell them about Ramon. And actually, you know, I have met a few of you at Hobby Lobby who tell me, oh my gosh, I'm always sharing your videos with my co-workers, and I just thought that was really cute that you guys are sharing with your co-workers. All right, so now that we've done this, I'm gonna stop right here. Like my ex-boss used to say, stop while you're ahead. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of this berry just to continue to cover the mechanics. At this point, we're trying to do as much as we can to the mechanics, but what the fun part is going to be is the ornament, so I can now wait to see that. All right, so let's do one on the right, one on the left, one going up and one going down. So if you have only 4, remember to do that. One up, one down, one to the left, one to the right. I'm gonna add another one right here. Now this is going to be the fun part. So now that we've gotten to this point, look how fun that looks, right? I'm going to bring out some of this 18 gauge wire, and if you have any S-pins, those are fine too. You can find those at Hobby Lobby. And actually, I do have some S-pins, but I don't know where they are. You guys, if you just see this studio right now, you'd fall backwards because, well, it's a mess. But I'm having such a blast, and I know I told you to go ahead and do like a bobby pin. And I'm gonna start with the large ones right here. I'm gonna go through my hook. I'm gonna close this guy right here. Then I'm going to insert this ornament as far in as I can. And I know I have another one just like it, so I'm gonna dig for it. So I'm gonna do another one on the right, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the left, creating this bobby pin, but with a longer stem. So basically you wanna fold about 1/3 of your wire, and then once you put that ornament in there, you go ahead and close. And so now you have this stem, and so what happens on the right happens on the left. So we're gonna continue, and see, you don't need any glue. We might need some at the end just to just so that we can glue some of them together. Here are my S-pins, and these are some that I already had used, so what I'm doing is recycling them, because here at Ramon at Home, every penny counts, you guys. So we're going to close right here. We're going to insert now this one from the bottom. Look how fun. This is gonna be so much fun. Your neighbors are gonna be so jealous. So now we're going to spin around, and we're gonna do another green one on the other side. I'm gonna cut them all at once, so that way I don't have to cut them. You guys, I'm going to Hobby Lobby because I literally ran out of things to do DIYs with. So now I have to go find me some ornaments. I'm also looking for some ornaments for the home tour, because I ran out of all the ones that I have purchased, and there is just so much. You know, that's one thing that I always underestimate, the home tour and how much materials it takes. But I'm sure you know, like I told you, it is my favorite video to do, the home tour, because it is a dream of mine to have my own open house at my home and open the doors for everybody to come and see it. So I'm training right now for when the good Lord allows me to do that. Right, so once again, I'm just gonna push right here. Leave a comment down below if you would come to my open house. If I had an open house for my home, will you come and join me? All right, so this wire right here came off, but it's no problem because we can just insert back in. And at this point, you guys, have your hot glue gun ready like I am. And then if you need to glue the little top, I'll just show you real quick. Oops. I'm gonna share with you and just take this thing off. That one was pretty tight, but I'm still gonna do it. Just put a little dab of glue in there and let it sit like this. Spin it around a little bit and you let it sit for a second and then you'll have an ornament. All right, so I'm gonna add this guy right here. Look how fun this is, right? It's just ornaments. I'm gonna continue adding this and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so this is what it's looking like, and I absolutely love the way this looks. This could be so much fun on an entryway table, but we're not done yet. Remember on that reindeer, I also took the little ribbon out, the little bow. Well, I saved it because I always save everything. You guys, I think I might be a hoarder, but don't tell anyone. Well, you know, little projects like this, I just need all of these things to share with you the end results and take them apart. So what I'm going to do is just going to do a sweet little bow. So it has to be small and sweet. And I think I'm gonna do a 3-loop bow like this. Yeah, let me see, 4, no, just 3. And then I'm gonna grab a wire and wire this together real quick. And with some of my, let me dovetail. See what you can do with basically scraps. This can be done with all the leftover things that you have from the past projects, like I said. It is just a fun DIY you could do with the kids. So I have a 3-loop bow and I'm gonna grab some of that wire that I used and I'm going to spin my wire around it like this. And so that's gonna give us a little stem. I'm gonna cut a little bit of it. And so I'm going to insert this sweet little bow. Maybe, let's see. Kinda want it right here on the front, right by the flame. And so we're going to push this in as far as we can, like that. We fluff a little bit. And so now the fun part is going to be to add the flyaways, because even a little arrangement like this has to have a flyaway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some of this gold, beautiful fern that I absolutely love and I've used on every single project basically. So I'm gonna poke in. Remember, poke and hope. Poke and hope is our new motto. We're gonna poke everywhere where you see foam. We're gonna poke. We're gonna spin around. We're gonna poke right here, going up, going down. Remember, what goes up must come down. And that this glitter right here is going to really catch the light and is going to make it absolutely stunning. Just continue spinning around. Poke and hope. I'm gonna fluff this cute little bow a little bit, and I'm going to dovetail. Actually, this one, you know what, I'm gonna cut it a slant because it's so small. I'm always telling you guys that 1.5 inch always has to be cut at a slant. It just looks cleaner, like this. And I have a few more of these. I'm going to poke and hope. All right, I'm gonna clean this up real quick and I'll give you a close-up. Keep watching. All right, you guys, before I give you the close-up, I do want to suggest this. We're using a greenery pine. So to not be able to see the foam, you could always add more pine if you wanted to, but if you want to be a little spare, then what you can do is grab some of this green moss, and once you are completely done with your arrangement, you kind of go like this, and you see where you might see that foam, you just put a little bit of this moss, and it'll cover it up. It kind of also serves as a highlighter for all of your ornaments, and you don't even need much. It's just a little clump like this, like right here. I can see it right there, and then, like I said, not a lot, not even this much. Just be very, very mindful of it. You still want your ornaments, but we're trying to cover that foam. All right, I think I got it. So now I'm gonna give you a close-up. You guys, how absolutely fun is this candle ring that can be used on an entryway table, a set of 3 or more on a centerpiece. It is just so much fun to make. Like I said, it is all done with basically scraps that I have, ornaments, ribbons, and greenery. It's all done on a total budget, and you too can recreate it just by inserting your greenery first, and then your ornaments, and then some accent picks like the berries and the gold flaked fern. I absolutely love it, but I cannot wait to read your comments. So leave me a comment down below and let's move on to the next. It's the whimsical Christmas trend. It is all over the place with the beautiful candy cane patterns and the beautiful characters like these gnomes. You guys, how adorable are these gnomes with a big old hat? This is a theme or trend that you can go crazy with if you have kids or grandkids. It is perfect for them. And after all, Christmas is all about the children, right? If you have children in your home, you know that Christmas is about them. But I just want to mention all of the beautiful things that we added to this Christmas tree, like these beautiful poinsettias with a check black, red and white, I'm sorry, and all of these gorgeous ribbons. Look at this houndstooth with the black, oh my gosh, with the red backing. It is just absolutely stunning. As you guys can see, all of the items that you need, they're over here for you to pick from. And I just want to show you the ribbon that we used in this Christmas tree. It is a beautiful candy cane ribbon that has got a lot of glitter in it. It's just beautiful, makes it more whimsical to the touch. And some of these picks with these beautiful candy canes that I just think this Christmas tree needs to make it even more whimsical. I think I'm gonna add a few of them. Don't tell anyone here. I should know that I did it, but actually this is a tree that I did also on my channel in Spanish, El Hogar de Ramon. If you speak Spanish, go check it out. You can see how this Christmas tree and Christmas trend was put together from top to bottom. I just think it's exquisite. We also did a beautiful swag that will be coming out on this channel later on this season. Remember, all of these Christmas trends I put together for Shinoda. You guys will see the how-to and tutorials step by step coming out this Christmas. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a close-up of this particular look, and I'm gonna start right here with this Christmas stocking filled with candy and ornaments, and it is absolutely perfect for this theme. You guys, this is a gorgeous Christmas tree, and look at all of those poinsettias. They go all the way to the ceiling and the swag. And as I mentioned to you before, the ginger jar home is so beautiful. The ribbons are just spectacular, and the gnome, you guys, he just stole my heart. All right, you guys, so for our last Christmas DIY, what I want to do is share with you how you can embellish a pre-made wreath. This is a gorgeous David Christopher's wreath, and look how absolutely stunning this is, you guys. We have to find the shape, and what you need to do is just give a little bit of a fluff, because they come pretty flat like a pancake when they come on the box. And so we just have to make sure that we grab every single flocked stem and then just give it a little bit of a pull going one way around. Remember, you have to fluff your wreaths going clock motion or counterclock motion, but just one of them. Pick and choose, because that's what is going to give us the more natural look. And look, just by touching and pulling up, this wreath already looks absolutely more full and gorgeous. So we're going to touch every single one of them just to share with you how quick it really is. And now I'm gonna look at it and see what is going to be my bottom. So that's gonna be my bottom. So I'm gonna put my wreath right there, and this is going to be the bottom right here. Look how absolutely stunning that wreath is. By the way, I'm gonna leave David Christopher's information down below. Remember, they're offering you 10% off with the code Ramon10 on all your purchase throughout their whole website. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna embellish this wreath because it's already gorgeous, so we don't need much, and I wanted to match our centerpiece with the owl. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my owl, and I'm going to get a wire, and it says a pre-taped wire that I had already pre-taped. And I've shared with you guys so many times how to wire a tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of them, and I'm gonna put it through my bird's foot like this. And then I'm gonna do the second one, and I'm gonna grab and put it through my bird's foot like so. Do you guys remember when I used to say like so all the time, and people used to give me so much grief of it? You said like so. I finally got out of that funk. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bird right here. I'm going to put my hand through, and I'm going to find a way to stick my bird right into my wreath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these wires that I put in to attach to one of the bristles right here. Just by twisting that bristle, and I'm going to do the same with the back, and you can always pull like this. So that's gonna keep our bird right there. That's our first step. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna grab some ribbon. You guys, look how absolutely stunning this ribbon for our wreath is. It is bejeweled. It looks like Dorothy's slippers. It has all of these sequences, just absolutely stunning. I love it. And then I have this other ribbon. It's a little less expensive. That's gonna be our middle ribbon. It's this candy cane because I want it to be like the centerpiece, to just have that pop of color. And then I have this other bejeweled ribbon in silver, and it's going to be so elegant. So you really don't need a lot of elements as long as these elements are high-end and expensive looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pinch right here. I'm gonna give it a tail, and then I'm gonna go down. I want these loops to be really big because it's just going to be basically a bow and a bird. Hey, I like that, a bow and a bird. That could be a movie. So I'm gonna do 3 loops like this, and then I'm going to let that tail hang down. That's gonna be right there. And then on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my other ribbon like this. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna give it a little tail like so, and I'm gonna give it another tail. So that's gonna be our second tail like that. We'll dovetail in a second. And then what I'm going to do is grab another one of these right here. So I'm gonna give it another tail like this right here without letting go of my core. This is my core right here, and remember, I'm not letting go, and basically I'm hanging on with my thumb and this index finger right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some other loops like this, and then I'm going to go the opposite side like this, and I'm going to do just 2, and then I'm going to leave another tail like that. So now I have 3 tails, 4 loops, accent ribbon, main ribbon. And now I'm going to introduce this guy right here, which is the bejeweled one, and I'm gonna put it facing forward like this. I'm gonna give me another tail, and then I'm going to do loops with this ribbon. I'm gonna have 1. Look how easy it is. Anyone can do it. Jameson, do you think you can do it? Do you remember last year I shared with you how Jameson did a bow, and it was so much, we had so much fun. Sometimes we watch that video just to get a kick out of it because we had so much fun doing that. Right, so I'm gonna do another one right here. I wanna see how much tail I have. And then I'm going to do yet another one right here, pulling forward. And so now this is going to be my longer tail. It's a very, very pretty bow. And now I'm gonna grab a wire, and I'm gonna go through all of this. And it is a pre-taped wire. Remember, you guys, I'm always telling you to tape your wire so that way you can really pull without hurting your fingers. So we're gonna go back and pull really tight, and I'm going to cinch really tight. You could also do a zip tie if you wanted to. And so now what we can do is fluff this bow like this. We can see all of the tails. Look how cute and simple this is. So now I'm gonna put it down to dovetail all of my ends, because remember, I'm always telling you, if I come to your house and your wreath has undovetailed ribbons, I'm going to ask you for a pair of scissors so that I can do it for you. All right, and I love the combination of these ribbons because it has enough silver, enough red. Let me see, I want this to be a longer one. You can also always wait to dovetail your ribbons when it's hanging on the door, so that way you know exactly the length. And this particular one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a curl. And look what happens when you have a good quality ribbon, you guys. Just by curling it like this, it's going to stay exactly where I put it. Like this. Just give it a little curl. Look how stunning of a ribbon. Isn't that gorgeous? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wires right here, and I'm going to attach right where my bird is, going through his little paws. It's not paws, what is it? It's talons? Talons. It's verified by our fact checker, Jameson. You guys, we've been having so much fun this holiday season, just sharing with you guys all of these DIYs. I really think Jameson's finally getting off of his, I'm too shy. All right, so I'm going to go all the way back. I'm gonna attach this. I'm gonna have to take it off the stand, so let me attach this real quick and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so I added my bow, I fluffed my wreath, and I added my gorgeous little owl that matches our centerpiece so well. So now it looks like he has dandruff with all of the flocking. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it to the door and share with you guys a close-up. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so I wanna give you a close-up of this super cute Christmas wreath. Look how simple it is to create a gorgeous statement on your front door, All you need is some really good quality wreath and ribbons. I want to share the details of this ribbon right here. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. When that catches the light, it is so pretty. And this one, you guys, look at all of the jewels. And as you can see, there is not much of it. It's just a little touch, and it really does create a festive look with all of the white and the red and all of the glittering and all of the jewels and stone. And of course, the little owl. It is so cute. Absolutely adorable, and I really hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Okay, so now I want to give you a close-up of the way they decorated this Christmas tree, how they did this beautiful tree on the side with the blue and white ornaments hanging from it. I love those blue and white ornaments. They are covered in fabric, and the Christmas tree, you guys, these ornaments are made out of glass that comes in sets of 3. Look at the color gradient on them and how beautiful they sparkle and how they are perfect with the navy poinsettias. They are dipped in glitter. I'll show you right here how beautiful that navy poinsettia just glitters with a light. It is such a beautiful theme. It is fresh, it is different. I know it's not for everybody, but if it is for you, this is a winner, baby. Okay, so now I just want to give you a close-up of some of the ornaments I put on this tree, and I want to share with you how beautiful these glass ornaments are. There is this beautiful salmon color or peach color along with this blue that is just absolutely exquisite. And then if you pair it with some of this deeper orange, and that's start to change the theme and the color. If you pair that with all of the blue and white and some of these fabric covered blue and white ornaments, it just creates this magical, whimsical theme for 2022. Remember I told you we're going to be a lot of florals this year in our Christmas decorating. Well, this tree is the perfect example. Not only the poinsettias, but there is some cherry blossoms, there is some other beautiful flowers that you can put in your Christmas tree to give it a very elegant look. I love this theme. What do you guys think? This next Christmas DIY, what I wanted to do is show you how you can create a gorgeous smaller wreath for your door. If you live in an apartment or if you have one of those storm windows, this is going to be perfect for that. We're going to use one of these wicker wreath forms and some of these traditional looking poinsettias. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting the poinsettias short but not too short because we want them to be weaved into our wreath form. So I want to say probably about 4 inches. So what you do is you just continue to add those poinsettias, and if it sticks out like this, it's better to cut it off after than not have enough stem to add that poinsettia. So basically what you need to do is go ahead and put them together like that and just weave them into your wreath form as you go. One to the left, one to the right. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. It doesn't matter how small the project may be. If you just continue saying that to yourself in your head, I promise you, you too will be able to create some gorgeous wreath DIYs, whether they are hundreds of dollars or just a few dollars, because the technique, you guys, is the same. And sometimes you really have to push, but we want to make sure that those poinsettias really go in. And like I said, we'll go at the end and clip all of those stems sticking out. Look how easy this is, and it really is filling in. So now I ran out of poinsettias. I'm going to cut all of these right here. And I like to cut them all at once just because, well, it is easier and faster. And these affordable poinsettias, you can find them at Walmart, you can find them at Hobby Lobby, you can find them everywhere right now. Everybody has poinsettias. So what I'm going to do is continue adding some of this, and I'm just gonna go and insert more. Sometimes it's better to just leave the stem long like that because we are going to go back and cut them all. But look, you can actually pull on it. It is so easy and simple. All right, so I'm gonna continue. You guys, if you have not given this video a thumbs up so far, what are we waiting for? If you are enjoying these DIYs, be sure to let me know which one has been your favorite one so far, and if you are as excited as I am for the holiday season. This year we are doing so many DIYs, and once again I want to ask you to give Jamison a thumbs up for helping around and getting all of these videos out to you. We are having such a blast decorating for the holiday season, and I really hope that you are as well. Look how simple this is, you guys. You're basically just inserting all of these poinsettias in by pulling. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going one way. So you have to continue with your clock motion. And so I'm gonna continue adding. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some to the inside. But now what I'm going to do is cut them a little shorter because these ones are a little long. So remember, prep once or prep twice and work once. Look how packed it got right here. That is exactly what I'm looking for a packed wreath. Okay, so we used about 5 of these affordable poinsettia bundles. Look at this. And I feel like I need some right here. So I'm gonna grab one of the poinsettias and I'm going to pull in here real quick. Okay, so now I'm gonna give this a fluff and I'll be right back with you. I'm gonna trim all the stems and share with you the next step. Keep watching. Okay, so now that we are done inserting our poinsettias, look how cute this is, you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our wire cutters and just give all of this a little trim to all of these stems sticking out, because we want to make sure that they don't scratch your door. Also, what you could do is do a felt backing. If you go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you can always buy some felt and do a round and then just glue it. For the video purpose, I'm just gonna leave it like this so you guys can kind of get an idea. But look, you basically just trim all of these stems that were popping out. It is a little tedious because you have to make sure that every single stem goes into the wreath form. But look how cute this turned out. This one's dancing off right here. And then I'm going to add this other one that fell off right here. Real quick. To make sure that it's pretty full. There you go. So now we're gonna put a wreath right here. How absolutely adorable is that? I love it, it's so cute. So now to make it even more sassy, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring one of these affordable burlap ribbons and I'm going to start by giving this a little cut like that. And I'm going to do a cute little bow. So I'm going to do as many loops as I can with this bolt of ribbon. Let's see, let's do 2. Look how sweet is this. I'm gonna do 3. We're gonna do 4. We're gonna do 5. So it's a really fluffy bow. We're gonna do 6, like that. And then I'm going to grab my wire that is already pre-taped. And like I always tell you, pull really tight as you can. And then we're going to make sure that we fluff this sweet bow. It's fluffy and fat the way I like them. Like this. And you know what, I'm going to go ahead, since that tail was really long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open where I closed. And then I'm going to grab this end of the tail and I'm going to pull it up here. And now I'm going to wire really strongly. So that's going to give me that loop right there. Well, what I'm going to do is just cut. And so now we have 2 loops instead of 1, and the one facing up. Then I'm going to grab right here and I'm going to insert my bow. I'm going to take it off like this. And remember to spin it around really tightly. And like I told you in the past, you grab the rest of this wire and just swirl them together like this to create this loop. And that's going to be your door hanger right there. And look how absolutely sweet. I'm just going to not dovetail, but cut at an angle, one in, the other one out. And just like that, you got yourself a traditional, super cute Christmas wreath for your front door. What do you guys think? For this next Christmas DIY, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how to create a cute little arrangement for a coffee table, perhaps even besides the bed table. it is going to be super cute. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some of this traditional pine, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them short, and I'm going to start inserting them around my perimeter. Now, if you know me, you know that I love silver. I am obsessed with silver. I don't know why, because nobody in my family ever had it. But since I started working decorating people's homes back then, I noticed that people had silver and blue and white, and so that's when I became really obsessed with it. And so I collect silver, and especially mint julep cups like this one, because they are perfect size to make some cute small arrangements, and it makes your home just look so much more elegant, especially during the holiday season. So what we're doing right here is basically just filling in the perimeter of my container, and look at that, you guys. You can have a collection of these mint julep cups on your dining table as a centerpiece, or you can just have a few of them like I'm going to do for just around the house. So then I have these really cute poinsettias. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert them around the perimeter of my container. And remember, what happens on the left happens on the right. And also remember to insert your poinsettias at an angle, so that way you can get all of the petals. I'm going to put one right here on the top. So I want it to be really tight and packed. This is what we would call in the industry a posy bouquet, which means it's really tight. You get more of the texture, and it is so cute. So I'm gonna add these ones. I want to cut them short to make sure that, like I said, they're super tight and cute. Okay, I'm gonna add another one right here, and to finish, I'm gonna add yet another one right here on the top to make it really packed. Like that. How cute is that so far? So now what I'm going to do is I have some of these pretty berries. I'm gonna cut right here. This is the perfect DIY for Christmas, to use all of that leftover stuff that we have from our wreaths and our bigger centerpieces. You can just gather some of the same materials and have a very cohesive home by adding the same materials. Look at that, how absolutely cute. Just a few touches of this berry can go a long way, and it really adds that holiday look to it. Okay, so I'm gonna add only 3. And then I also have some of these really pretty gold flyaways. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut right here at a joint, and that little flyaway is going to give me 2 smaller ones. I think I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna cut 2 of them. So remember to just cut at the joint, and that'll give you, like I said, instead of having one longer one, you have 2 like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this at an angle. You want to make sure that you insert at an angle, and then also, instead of inserting them flat, go ahead and give them that twist that I'm always telling you to get more of that texture, and just insert all the way in. And look at that. That makes them spill forward. I'm gonna go to the other side, because what happens on the left happens on the right. So I'm gonna go right here. And what I love about this particular bouquet, it's all of the texture between the pine, the gold, flyaway right here. I'm gonna add this one right here on the top, because what goes up must come down, so we have to make sure that we have some of that element on the top. Then I'm gonna spin around, and I'm gonna put this guy right here. Look how easy and simple it is to create this bouquet. So now I also have some of this flyaway I was going to add, but you know what I decided against? Because I feel like if I add anything red, I'm gonna lose the poinsettias anyways. So I'm gonna put those to the top. But I do, however, have these cute ornament balls that came with a Walmart arrangement, and I'm just gonna add a few of them for an extra holiday cheer. So what you want to do is it's like if when you're making a wreath, and I always tell you to have a clean drop. Well, I'm doing the same, but I'm not doing any glue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert that guy right there. Look how cute that is. It really adds that extra holiday feel to it. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, and I want them close to the rim of my container. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna pull it all the way in, like that. Let me see, what else do I need? I'm gonna add another poinsettia. I want it to be super packed. At this point, you have to just step away from it and see where it is that you want to fill in. So I'm gonna add this guy right here. And I think that's it. Look how absolutely cute this looks. It is a super cute arrangement that you can put on the bedside table. You can put this, like I said, a collection of them going down the table for a tablescape or your coffee table. It is super easy to make, and I know you're going to love it. What do you guys think? This right here is filled with all kinds of characters, elves, and Santa helpers, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous the way they've done this with the traditional colors in red and green and gold and silver, and it's just adorned with all of your favorite traditional themes that you've can think of, and if you just put them all together like they did right here, it is absolutely beautiful, wonderful, and whimsical. If you have any children, they're gonna love it. But actually, I love this. This is something that I would do on a Christmas tree, or perhaps even on your swag on your door. You guys just come here, get some inspiration, get inspired in the color scheme on the items that you need. As you guys can see, they have some beautiful poinsettias in the traditional colors right here. There is some beautiful gold ribbons that I am crazy over, but my favorite part is the characters. As you guys can see, they're all over the display, like they took over, and they just look so much fun. I'm just gonna set him right there because he looks perfect there. She looks like she's having a good merry time, and as you guys can see, they accessorize with a whole bunch of playful items. So this Christmas, make it fun for the children in the house, for your grandchildren, and also a lot of silver, because silver does help your display sparkle. And actually, this is not silver, this is gold. Silver gold, we'll call it champagne. I absolutely adore this display, you guys. This is so fun with all of the characters in one display. They look like they are up to no good for this Christmas. I wonder what Santa is doing and if he would approve of this. You guys, this is so playful. I absolutely love it. Do you guys remember that in our last Christmas tree video, I told you that this particular kind of tree that is like really fluffy and there's no armature in the branches is more for designing. Think of when you're making a wreath or a swag or a garland. This is basically the same thing. This is not to hang ornaments on it because there's nowhere to hang ornaments. It's just to design. So today's design is going to be very traditional, woodsy, foresty. And to change the look of this particular Christmas tree, I'm going to use a few of these beautiful long needle pine garlands. And I bought this at a little store in Kansas. And this, I would not design something woodsy and foresty without any of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here on the top, and I'm going to attach this by adding a few of these bristles and just twisting them. And you guys will see how this will change the look of this tree so much. So basically what I need to do is I need to go ahead and swag it like this, and then I'm going to come down. But I want to make sure that I attach it to the tree really well because I really wanted to come down like this. And I'm gonna go here. I used this also on my, I think I used it on my mom's stairs 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 years since I decorated my mom's house for Christmas. If you guys have not seen my mom's home tour decorated for Christmas, I'm gonna link it on the icon right here so you can check it out also in the description box below. That was perhaps one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, decorating my mom's house for Christmas. It was so much fun and so meaningful. All right, so once you have it like that, I have another piece right here. And for this one, I'm gonna go over here on the bottom. And I'm gonna continue right here. And just make sure, like I said, grab a few bristles. Sorry if I'm giving you my back a lot, but sometimes you just have to do it. Like this, and then over here in the back. Once you attach your long needle pine garland, what you need to do is you need to go in there and fluff every single branch like this. Make sure that you give them some life, like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach right here. And I want this to go up all the way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and attach right here. How pretty is this, you guys? And I'm going to attach like this. So that gives us a different feel, but this guy does not want to stay. You know what, I'm gonna change it, because I don't think it's gonna stay. So basically I'm just gonna go up one and then down. Now we're talking. All right, so I'm gonna take a second to fluff all of this and I'll be right back with you. Okay, since we're going for a more traditional and natural look, the next thing I'm going to add is going to be some of this magnolia foliage. You can use any of the magnolia foliage. I have this long one that I've had for years, but then also they sell this particular one here at Hobby Lobby on a bundle. So if you guys like magnolia, go to Hobby Lobby. They have the best magnolia for your buck. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this magnolia and just start to add all over the place like this. And you want it to kind of stick out. So 1, 2, we're gonna add 3 on this side. And what we're looking for is texture. We wanna make sure that we add some texture to this tree before we add all of the pretty things like ribbons and ornaments and pine cones. Look at this, how beautiful is this? Just make sure that it pops out like that. Let me go over to this side. You guys, decorating your Christmas tree should not be surgery. Some people just treat it like surgery. I feel like some people just do it and then redo it and then redo it until they are happy with it, which is fine, but you have to keep in mind that it's not surgery. It shouldn't take that long. And as long as you love it, you know you've done a good job. And I just encourage you to keep trying until you love it, but don't let it overwhelm you. It can be overwhelming, but because we let it become overwhelming. All right, so I've added some magnolia and I'm loving the way this is looking. I'm gonna get my ribbons ready and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so to do our ribbons, I have 2 types of ribbons. I have this beautiful plaid from Shinoda Design Center. I also love this ribbon. It's made out of a texture kind of like burlap, but it's printed with this beautiful plaid or tartan plaid. I also love it. And then we're gonna use some of the ribbons that I already had, and we're gonna use this velvet with a gold back, because this is about the only gold there's going to be on this Christmas tree. And this is also the ribbon that I used in my mom's house. So I encourage you guys to use what you have. Then of course I have my wires right here we're gonna be using. Okay, let's get started. So I need to shut up and get to work. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because I want them to know what we're doing here at Ramon at Home. All right, so I'm going to cut right here, but first I need to find my scissors, you guys. Hang on 1 second. All right, I'm back. So what I need to do is dovetail. You know, we always start our ribbons by dovetailing them so they're finished. So what I'm going to do, this is gonna be something different. We've done loops going like this. Well, we're going to do something different. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do maybe a single loop. I'm gonna do a single loop because I don't want this ribbon to be so overpowering on the tree. I want it to be simple because it's more of a woodsy theme, so I don't want it to be too glammy. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start up here and I'm gonna add this, but not on the very top. I'm gonna grab a branch. I'm just gonna push all the way in and I'm gonna attach right there. So basically just one loop. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do one loop right here. Now the beauty of this particular long needle pine, I remember when I lived in Kansas, I loved to go running on the trails, and my favorite time was the fall and winter because you could see the trees turning and the evergreen always stay green, and it was just my absolutely favorite. All right, so I'm gonna go over to this side. Remember to do bigger loops because we want the ribbon to show after we put all of our goodies in there. So bigger loops like this. Isn't that beautiful? And I love it with all the greenery. To me, there's nothing prettier than tartan plaid during the holiday season. It just, to me, screams Christmas, hence my shirt. And I love it. I just love how traditional. You see some evergreens and some tartan plaid and it just says holidays are here. Get on with the program. All right, so I'm gonna cut right here. Dovetailing, and every time you're about to use your ribbon, just dovetail first. Then I'm gonna go over to this side and I'm gonna start over on this side. Sorry if I disappear for a second, but I'll be right back. Famous last 2 words. So basically I'm not gonna do any loops, just attach the ribbon. But what I'm going to do is do a big swoop right here. And I'm gonna attach with this guy right here. And this tree actually came from Hobby Lobby and I was there today. And to my delight, it's back, because therefore for a minute it wasn't there because I need to buy another one just like it, because these are the ones that are gonna go outside on these particular urns, and I cannot wait to show you guys my home tour coming soon. All right, so I'm gonna put this guy right here, and I'm gonna go right here. And so I'm gonna cut like that. Look how pretty that is. So now what I want to do, I think I have plenty of this ribbon. I want it to just be attached. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use some of this beautiful ribbon right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do some kind of bows. Let's see, let's do a 2 loop like this, and you want them to be kind of fluffy like this because it's gonna be used more like an ornament. So we're gonna attach with our wire right here, always making sure those tails are dovetail, because if I come to your house, you guys, they're not dovetail, I'm gonna ask you for a pair of scissors, okay? So where we did a swoop right here, we're gonna add a bow. Just remember to push all the way in with your wire. Then you wanna fluff this bow. Look how beautiful this is. And then these tails, you just wanna make sure that you kind of swoop them like this, so some of the gold shows. Let me do another one. That's a perfect way to reuse some of the ribbons that you already have used. Look, I had all of these ribbons from my mom's staircase. So now what I'm doing is I'm just making bows and using them as ornaments on my Christmas tree. So there's a 2 loop bow. Then I'm gonna grab one of these wires. What is your Christmas theme this year? Leave a comment down below and let me know, what is your theme? What is your color scheme? So I have one right here. I'm gonna add one right here. Isn't this starting to look very traditional? I love it. All right, and then I'm gonna make sure that I fluff these tails like this and like this. I'm gonna add a few more of these red bows and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, so I want to show you a close-up of what the tree looks like, all decorated in a traditional woodsy theme. I love the way this turned out with the big pine cones and the glitter on the stems, the ribbon, and all of the ornaments. It just turned out so beautiful. The magnolia just gives it that very natural feel. And the ribbons are very traditional to Christmas, which makes me want to go somewhere and have a coffee and sit outside on a woodsy park. I hope you guys like it. I cannot wait to read your comments. So what do you guys think? Wasn't this video just as always so much fun? I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite decorating trend or DIY for Christmas that you saw on this video. I cannot wait to share the 2024 Christmas season with you. I have so many ideas planned and I really hope that you are as excited as I am. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on this playlist right here where it's going to show you and share with you so many more Christmas decorating ideas for 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.